Good afternoon. I hope everyone's well today on this Guy Fawkes night. Remember the 5th of November. I want to unpack some feelings and thoughts really on this celebration of the attack or potential attack on our seat of government by what we were told was a terrorist, Guy Fawkes. Now, what do it mean, what we were told? Well, there was no social media back then. We were told what we were expected to hear. We were told what the government wanted us to listen to. We were told it was a Catholic terrorist that wasn't happy about a Scottish Protestant king taking the throne of England in the 1600s. So, it was English Catholics that were responsible. Sorry about that, Scotland. It was before the Act of Union, so you can't entirely blame us. We didn't want a foreign king. So it's ironic when you look at it that way. So that's the first thing I would say. The second thing I'd like to say is there was a movie that came out about 20 years ago, and I think it was based on a graphic novel from back in the day, V for Vendetta. It's about V, basically a insurrectionist, a usurper to a fictional Britain somewhere in the near future. And he uses the symbol and the visage of Guy Fawkes to basically cause an uprising to overthrow a power-hungry and corrupt government, an authoritarian government with a chancellor that is ruling with an iron fist without public consent. I don't even think elections are a thing anymore. And any dissonance, any dissent is quashed pretty much straight away. V in the movie becomes quite a large symbol for freedom against tyranny. And if you've not watched the movie, anybody that watches my channel, anybody in the United Kingdom should watch that movie. Then compare and contrast the fiction of a power-hungry dictator ruling the UK and Britain with an iron fist, what he does to dissent, what he does to rioters, what he does to people that don't toe the party line. Then compare it to our current situation. Obviously one is fiction, one is reality. Ask yourself, is there any real difference? Is there any real warnings we can draw from the fiction for the reality, is what I would say. We are our own political prisoners currently. And there's quite a striking scene towards the end of the movie where at that point they all become V. The entire population becomes V. Everyone wants to overthrow the government. Everybody wants the government out. Everyone knows the government is rotten to the core, and it's only interested in protecting its own self-interest, nothing else. Power for the sake of power. And basically it's the people uprising against that. And one of the most striking scenes in that movie is towards the end, where literally the entire population of the country is marching on the capital, and they're all wearing his mask. Because at that point they are all V. We are all V in that moment in that movie. This is why I'm convinced that certain political prisoners, like Tommy, won't actually come to too much harm while in prison. Some will say rightly imprisoned, some will say wrongly imprisoned. That's besides the point. The point I'm making is they will not martyr him. He's too high profile. And I wanted to ram that point home on today being the 5th of November. Anybody who has any interest in the history of the United Kingdom, in the history of England, in the history of Scotland, watch V for Vendetta. If you do anything today, or anything this week, watch that movie, then comment on my video and tell me if you see the comparisons I'm drawing, because to me it's striking and it's also alarming is very alarming, okay? Now, while I do not condone political violence, I will never sanction political violence, I want to put that out there. That is not what this video is about. Ask yourself, how free do you actually feel? Ask yourself, is the Labour government acting in your interests, or are they acting in their own interests? Thank you for watching. Enjoy Guy Fawkes nights. Be safe, and let some fireworks off. Maybe have a jack of potato on the bonfire. Have a good night.